So, so what we are talking, why we need a firewall. So we were discussing, let's say suppose I build a home, and in this house, nicely built house, I place each and everything very nicely, but I forgot or I mistaken or might be the intentionally, I don't want to install a door. Then what is going to be happen? So if there is no door, so might be the good person can be going to enter in your house, and that good person might be not going to touch anything. They just see around your house, they see like everything nicely placed. It looks very wonderful, very nice, very attractive, and they just roam around and go out. So this is the one scenario, right? That is a good person might be do this way. But if I am the bad person and I am entering your house and I'm thinking nobody is looking at me and door is always open, so might be the owner of the house is leaving for the office, still door is open. My owner of this house is going to the somewhere for the lunch, somewhere for the dinner, but still door is open. So I can just monitor the things when the owner is not available in the house, or might be he is available but he is inside of somewhere in the room and he is sleeping, so he cannot watch what is going on inside of the door. Might be I'll quickly come inside the home, I can take the valuables thing out from this particular home, and I can go out. uh Kamal is saying, sorry, I joined a bit late. What is the scheduled day and week and time each day? And for the class, how long will be the each session? So Kamal, no need to worry. Today we are just discussing about the basic of the fundamental of the firewall. Officially, we will start this session from the Tuesday by the 7:30 to 9 p.m. IST. Okay. So here I'm writing. So the class will be officially start by Tuesday, and this will be the class timing would be, let me just write for the everyone. This class is start from Tuesday, and that is going to happen Thursday, right? Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, 3 days in the week, and the timing would be 7:30 to 9 p.m. IST. So today is just demo class. We're just having a discussion, basic things. We will discuss about the firewall. We'll discuss about the certification. We'll discuss about the curriculum, what we are going to cover. So every day we just have a 3-day class, 1.5 hour, 7:30 to 9 p.m. IST. Okay. So the day would be, let me just see what is the date on this Tuesday. So the first class is going to happen on 27th. So this is the class. The batch will be going to start on 27th September. Okay. So this is our batch timing. So hope it is clear to everyone. Okay. Let me know if anyone having any question about the batch timing and all. Okay. So this is all about our batch timing. So now let's move about the firewall discussion, where we were doing a discussion. So I was doing a discussion about like, we build everything very nicely, but still we forget to install the door. Then anyone can come inside of my house and it can take any of the valuable things, and that is going to make me loss. My, my home loss is going to happen. My costly item might be the someone can take out. So there is some loss is going to happen with me. Because why? Because you're not installing a door. So the door is basically acting as a security. They are doing some kind of the security. So just think the door is acting as a firewall. So what basically they are doing, the door, if I place everything nicely and install the door here, so if anyone is coming in my house, they first have to ring the bell, right? They have to ring the bell, and after ringing the bell, I just have to see who is basically coming inside of my house. Might be the small glasses installed here, might be if you having the very latest house, might be the camera installed, right? You can see who is standing behind of the door, so you can see. And if you found the person just next to my door, who just rang the bell, is authorized and he should enter, I know to him, then you can just allow to enter the home. Even you are sleeping somewhere in the room, you should come to gate to open the gate, so at least the people can, enter inside your house based on your permission. So this is like one security in place of your home. In addition of that, multiple flavor of security you can in place, multiple feature you can do that, like you can install the CCTV camera as well, right? You can see who is coming. You can just monitor 24/7 all the activity around your doors. You can install, like, you can just deploy the security guard also in front of your door. This is one more security layer. You can do the physical security. These are the like automated security. Door is like a manual security. It could be the automated as well if you are just going for the next very sophisticated way of the door implementation. So it could be anything. It's totally depend on you how basically you want to secure your house. So if there is no door, anybody can enter, anybody can take anything from your house and go out, and you probably not able to catch. So similar things is going to happen in the network industry, right? If you design a very good network, right? You are the designer, like, or implementer, or might be the network engineer. You design very nicely everything. What you have done, you apply the switches, right? You apply the routers, right? So multiple routers might be you have applied, nicely designed, and you might be having the multiple switches. They might be connected to each other like this, like this. This switches might be this, or might be this. So these could be the routers. This could be the switch, a router, R2 and R3, right? There could be your WAN links where this ISP is connected. So let's think this is your WAN infrastructure where triple circuit is connected. This is your LAN infrastructure where actual LAN users are sitting. So this is a nicely designed network. So any user, if wanted to access the internet, basically they are sitting behind of this particular LAN. They are sitting behind of this particular LAN, and they wanted to access the internet. They should come via the switch. They will go via this link, either via this link, either via this link, or via this link. Any path can be taken, and they can go and access the internet. So this is the one way. The traffic is keep going. People are keep accessing the internet. There is no problem at all. What is one problem? The problem is your network is flat. There is no security in place. Why? Because your designer doesn't include anything who can basically achieve the security requirement. So might be if I am the malicious person, let me just, we can understand in this way. So let's say suppose this is your, let me just draw. Let's say suppose this is your LAN network, right? And might be I can have the use. This is my WAN network. This could be the internet. Here my router is going to be connected, R1, and behind this router might be my switch which connected. This is my become a LAN infra, and this is going to connect in this way. So in there between the LAN might be my server is connected, server and server 2. These are the my different server. Might be the one of the user PC is also connected here, or might be some wireless access point is also connected here. So AP might be also connected, access point who keep radiating the signals, and different clients might be connected over the Wi-Fi, right? This is normal trend. So this beacons and radiation is keep happening from there as well. So this could be the also possible, and this is how your network is working. But what is happening, this network doesn't having any security. This is a normal switch. You can see this is the switch, this is a router. So your traffic is coming from the LAN, it is hitting to the router, and from router they are going to the WAN. Basically it's the internet. So might be the people are able to access the google.com, they can able to access the outlook.com, any website, facebook.com, whatever they want to access, they can able to access YouTube as well. YouTube as well, right? youtube.com. Say any website, they are like doing the suffering from the internet, and they are able to make the communication to the internet. But what is going to happen? Let's say suppose it's a nicely designed network, and I'm the hacker. I'm sitting somewhere in the internet. So let's say suppose I'm the hacker, and I'm sitting somewhere in the internet. This is my laptop, and I'm the bad person. So I'm the bad man. So I can write the bad person or bad hacker, you can just think about, right? So if I have the internet connection, I connected with the internet, and I have a skill set. I have a skill set who can break the rule of the internet if it is not proper protected with the proper security parameters. So it is easy to me to just interact with the plain unsecure network, and I can get access of this server might be from the internet. I'll come in this way. I'll break the router's password, username, whatever they have, and I can take the access. Might be I'll take a different color. Let me show you in this way. Let me not this one. This looks more. Yeah. So I can take this path, and I can come to this path, and I can take access of this server. So might be I'll take access of this server. I can come via this, and I can make another connection. I can take access of this AP as well, right? I can come via this path. I can come from the internet. I can take access of this server as well. And similarly, I can take a connection from this way. I can take this PC. So this hacker having a capability, it can take access of the any of your servers, any of your PC, any of your Wi-Fi signal. That means any type of network devices. These all are the network devices. So any network devices which is part of your LAN infrastructure, they are sitting in the internet, and they can take the access of your network infrastructure, and they basically can hack your network and do any kind of the malicious thing. So let's say suppose they have taken access of this PC, might be they having a capability to change the username and the password of this PC. So if they change the username password of this PC, you want to be able to access of this PC. So might be you having very important data of this PC, you're working for the particular projects. So you might be lost all the project information from this PC. So it is not accessible at all for you. So might be they will leave one message on your screen. If you want to just open this PC, you just have to pay 1,000 or 10,000 USD to me, US dollar to me, right? So this is like they can do. I just put the 10,000. So this is like 1,000, 4 times 0, right? So 10,000 USD you have to pay, or any number they can ask, then they might be released. So see, because your network is not protections, you are losing your money, right? You are losing your money. Your cost is going to be, lost. Similarly, this is a very critical server where you just connecting with a SAP application for your business purpose. This is your server where you just storing your the Outlook email exchange information. This is the AP. So it could be the any kind of the devices that basically is going to be hacked by the internet hacker, and that is going to be compromise of your network. So this is why it is very important whenever you just want to build any kind of the network, you just have to think about security. If you're not thinking about the security, that your network is useless, worthless, right? It could be hacked by any of the hacker, and this is going to be, very challenging for you, right? Very problematic for you. So this is about the network security. So what basically you have to do to mitigate this problem? So basically, in regard of the any kind of the firewall, let me just clear. So again, this is the LAN. This is my WAN where internet is connected. Internet is connected, and this is my router, right? And this is my connected. This is my switch where my router is connected, and this might be the different PC is connected in here, right? So what is going to happen if this is the scenario where LAN and WAN is connected? So we can in place the firewall in between, any vendor firewall. We can place the firewall in between, or might be router can be replaced with the firewall because it's having a capacity to just handle the WAN infrastructure as well. So there are two solutions. Either I can replace the router from here. I can simply deploy the here firewall. So I can just simply connect the firewall here and connect the LAN and connect the WAN. This is the one solution. Or I can just use one of the router here. Let me just, I can use the router here. You can see this is my router. And I can just connect it here. So this is my router and this is my LAN. And this is how my router is going to be connected. So now my LAN is connected here. You can see my LAN is connected. My firewall is connected. My router is connected. So any traffic now coming from the LAN wanted to go over the WAN, they just have to process via the firewall and then internet, then the router, then it will go to the internet. And now again, the same hacker is sitting on the internet, right? If same hacker sitting on the internet, and if this traffic is coming, the traffic is basically going to come in this way. And now this hacker traffic must be, let me just use some different color, must be come on this way. And once they will come to the router, it's okay. But when it's right to come to the firewall will check some, policy. So firewall will check some policy that is known as the access control list, and it will see the hacker which is coming from the internet, whether the connection is allow or deny. So if it is not allow by default, the traffic cannot be processed via the firewall toward the LAN infrastructure. So that means the hacker person cannot access your LAN infrastructure because your firewall is just acting as a door. This is acting as a door, and this door is closed now. It's not open for everyone. It's open for the selective person or based on the some set of the rules and regulations. Then only it can be used. If it is not, then it is not going to be used. So I hope you guys understand about the basic principle of the security. So the firewall in regard of the any vendor, it could be, might be the Palo Alto Firewall, right? It could be the Palo Alto Firewall, the first. The second could be the Checkpoint Firewall. The third could be your ASA Cisco Firewall, right? The fourth could be your FortiGate Firewalls. Lot of firewalls, suppose firewall. So in market, we having a lot of firewall available. You can use any of the firewall. All firewall is going to protect your network, right? Likewise, you just think we in a market, we having a lot of mobile phones, right? Lot of mobile phone we having in the market. So all mobile phone, like if I am the very lower mobile, MI, if I'm in the second mobile, that might be the Samsung. The third one might be, I can use the Nokia, right? The fourth one I can use might be the some other vendor. I can use the Oppo, right? The fifth one I can use the iPhone, like Apple, right? So any mobile phones, these all are the brand, right? So by using any of the mobile phone, what I can do, I can make the voice call, right? I can make the video call, right? Third, what I can do, I can watch the YouTube, right? So basic requirement, I can do the internet suffering, whatever you want to do. So anything I can do in regard of the what mobile brand I have, but basic requirement is all there. Everyone need to do call. So call functionality is available in the every mobile, right? If I'm purchasing the iPhone, it is also going to do the call. If I'm purchasing the MI, it is also going to do the call. So it doesn't matter for me which mobile phone I am using. It matter for me what basic requirement I have. Okay. So only things is going to be happen is if you are putting more money, you are going to get more features, add-on features, right? If you're putting more money, you are going to get more feature, more stability, more performance. So might be the feature you are getting in the MIE, which is lesser than the iPhones. So iPhone having the more power processors, more feature, it is not going to hang. It can run multiple application. It's a super fast, very good camera, very good voice quality, very good signal strength reception. So they having a lot of good features. So that's why it's costing very high, right? Its performance is very good in compared to other brands. So that's why it's a very costly. But and everyone is doing their job. Similar in the market, we having a lot of vendors available, like the Palo Alto, Checkpoint, ASA firewalls. We having the FortiGates. Suppose everyone is capable to do the security requirement, right? But the problem is, if we are doing the security requirement, then what is going to happen? If you are putting a more money, you are choosing the right vendor, they having a more feature, more performance, and more capability. So that's why whenever you just wanted to learn the firewall, you should know why we need a firewall. That is the first thing. You just have to understand why firewall, right? This you just have to understand why firewall. Second, you just have to understand which firewall is good for you. Which firewall is good for you or your organization, whatever you think. Based on that, you decide the vendor. So this is the help to decide the vendor, what feature you wanted to use, what kind of the services you wanted to use. So now if I'm going to talk about why we should use the Palo Alto Firewall, now we understand why we need a Palo Alto Firewall. But yeah, Kamal is asking the question, sorry, what is the zero trust model? Can we also explain in today's class in the right time? Yes, definitely, Kamal. This is a really good question. Zero trust model. So zero trust model is something when we talk about the zero trust model. So the firewall nowadays, whatever you are using, they always follow the zero trust model. Any next generation firewall nowadays, they just follow the zero trust model. So zero trust model, that means by default, let's say suppose this user want to talk to internet, right? This user want to talk to this internet. So this is the like in traffic and this is the out traffic. Or might be the internet user wanted to access this laptop, right? So this for the in traffic and this for the out traffic. This is a just direction. This is a one flow. You can just think about the flow 1 and this is think about the flow 2. So how zero trust is going to play a vital role here. So by default, any next generation firewall just follow the architecture, zero trust model architecture. Okay. So in this zero trust architecture model, what is going to be happen by default? If I talk about the zero trust model, by default, everything should be denied. It should not be allowed by default. So when you think by default, everything is denied, that means you cannot process any traffic by default unless or until you are being a network or security administrator, you are going to allow traffic from particular IP, from particular source, for particular application, for particular user, for particular device, from source to destination. So when we having a zero trust, then you just have to be one set of rules should be available. You just have to prove your identity. Yeah, you are the legitimate person. You should be able to access the devices. So this is zero trust. That means by default, everything is denied. Kamal, it makes sense for you or any additional query? You just please help to ask. No problem for me. It makes sense. Then just let me know in the chat. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. So this is a zero trust model. Now, so we discuss about why the firewall. We discuss about which vendor of the firewall. We still not discuss which vendor of firewall, we just discuss why the firewall, but we discuss different type of the vendors. So now discuss karne ja raha hu, that is why we going to use the Palo Alto firewall, right? This is the most important thing. Why we need to use the Palo Alto firewall. So to use of the Palo Alto firewall, just have to understand some statistics, right? So we having some open source tool. They just keep comparing the different firewalls based on the next generation firewall and legacy firewall. But nowadays, every vendor is just making the next generation firewall. So here we having one of the open source tool that is known as the like issecurityplanet.com. You can see here issecurityplanet.com. They just compare different vendor. Like you can see Palo Alto Checkpoint, Palo Alto Cisco, Fortinet, and Palo Alto. They just work on the different performance criteria. You can see the rating, the security performance, value for money, implementation, management, support, and cloud feature. So they're having a lot of things here. So basically, what basically we have to understand here, basically, if you see Checkpoint and the Palo Alto, for some cases, like Palo Alto is almost best category. You can see in the security, it's the best. Implementation, it's best. Management, it's best. Somewhere it's good, but it's in fair category. You can see the rating is lower down. So if you calculate overall total comparison between this Checkpoint and Palo Alto, we find out Palo Alto is still superior than the Checkpoint. It's not as per me, it's as per the issecurityplanet.com. They have the rating. They just evaluate the every product based on their feature performance and the value for the cost, money, and the cloud features. So some cases you can say checkpoint is like leading, some case Palo Alto is leading, but overall Palo Alto is leading more than the checkpoint. Similar for the Cisco, similar for the Fortinet. So everywhere you will find that checkpoint and the Palo Alto and the Fortinet and Cisco in compared to you all, Palo Alto is leading most of the section, and that's why it's a one way to become a popular. So this is the one reason every organization right now, majority of the organization, not every organization, majority of the organization, they are adopting the Palo Alto firewalls. So if they are adopting the Palo Alto firewall, so that means we having the higher demand of the engineers for the Palo Alto security firewall. So let's say suppose if I having 100 jobs for the Palo Alto and might be the 30 job for the checkpoint, 20 job for the ASA, right? And what else? Some 15 job for the FortiGate. So you can see it's equal to all three vendors. Palo Alto is equally having the, not equally, if you covering to all, might be that having the like average, if you are doing the sum for the all vendor job requirement in the Palo Alto, it's like half of the market they have covered, or more than half of the market they have covered. So that's why there is a huge demand, and they have to figure out the high skills Palo Alto network security engineers. So might be if you're having the good knowledge of the ASA checkpoint areas, like FortiGate firewall, and one candidate just having the very good knowledge of the Palo Alto firewall. So who is going to get shortlisted because he's know the Palo Alto firewall, so he's good get shortlisted for that particular interview. So this is why nowadays Palo Alto firewall engineers having the high demand. And if you really know the Palo Alto firewall, you can quickly get a job because a lot of jobs available in the market. You just go and search in Naukri, Google, everywhere. It's a huge demand for the Palo Alto. So this is another reason for the selecting the firewall for the Palo Alto. Now the another magic coordinate Gartner report we have. In this Gartner report, we can see that it's clearly mentioned the market having a three firewall leaders. You can see Palo Alto, FortiGate, Fortinet, and the checkpoint. But still, Palo Alto is just leading the market. So nobody is like even within the leader, it's the top leader, right? So it's like leading the leader of the leaders. Like they are the leaders, but still it is leading by the Palo Alto firewall. So this is the another reason. So that's why you just have to focus about that, more about the Palo Alto because it's having the high demand. Rest up to you guys. Now, what we are going to cover in this particular module. So in this particular module, we are just going to cover, see in the Palo Alto, we having a three type of module. We having the Strata PS series, that is known as a network firewall. The Prisma Access, this is the cloud-based firewalls, cloud-based solutions. And this is the Cortex XDR that is used for the monitoring and some kind of the data analytics and the live tracking, threat monitoring. So everything like related to the troubleshooting and monitoring that is covered under the Cortex XDR. So now we'll just focus about that, Palo Alto firewall, that could be the VM series firewall, that CN series firewall, that is a panorama, and Strata PS series firewall. So the all will try to understand in this network firewall. Cloud firewall we are not going to cover because this is a dedicated module. This is a dedicated chapter. It's very advanced. You can see we are talking about the SASE, firewall as a service, secure web gateway, zero trust network access. You can see. And also we just have to understand the Cisco SD-WAN, cloud native security platform. So a lot of things we just have to cover. I'll show you in the Palo Alto portals what all the exams we have for the cloud network and the Cortex XDR. So we'll just cover about this all syllabus, right? And what we'll achieve after doing this syllabus, will achieve this two certification. You can easily crack these two certification. You can crack CCNA, which exam cost would be around 155 US dollars. And you can easily also crack the Palo Alto Network Certified Security Engineer, that is a PCNSE, which exam cost is 175 US dollar. So any of the exam you can easily crack after completing of this course, right? So what basically the course we are going to cover in this particular module, just you have to understand. So in this module, up total, we just having a 12 modules, you can see. So these are the modules we have in this particular syllabus. And in this 12 module, basically we'll cover in the first module, what is the platform and the architecture, where we'll discuss about what is my single pass architecture with the parallel processing. We'll do very deep dive on this, okay? and we try to understand how basically can be firewall is going to be work with a single pass and parallel processing architecture, what that benefits, how the packet is going to be treated, what are different processor we have, what is the CPU we have, and then we'll understand the flow logic, how the packet flow is going to be happen in the Palo Alto Firewall. So if you see that, so we having very good packet flow examples here. So we'll try to understand complete packet flow of the Palo Alto Firewalls, how the packet life cycle is going to stay when it is going to receive the Palo Alto Firewall, and throughout the session, how it is going to be, processed through the ingress to egress zone. So everything is going to be covered here, right? So this is the about the Palo Alto packet flow. Just give me 1 second. So once we're done with this, so I can say the class will start. Yes, yes, Kamal. So it will end October or November, mid of the November or first week of the November, not before that. So October completely full month, or November might be the 15, maximum 15, or might second week or third week, not more than that. At least we'll go till second week of the November. Okay, because at least we need half and 1.5 month to complete this complete syllabus. Okay. So apart from that, the packet flow, we'll just understand how the initial configuration can be done of the Palo Alto Firewall, how this is going to happen. So basically what you have to do, once you enroll yourself, or already who have enrolled yourself, you'll get the lab access. So you'll see this is the rack access. And once you'll get the lab access, you just have to all the Palo Alto labs, you can see Palo Alto labs. So you just have to use the existing labs you want to use. So I have already created a lot of labs here for different purpose. So you can use these labs also. These are the blank and just factory default labs. You just have to, this is topology basically. You can use it because I'll keep teaching this topology while doing the trainings. So you can use these topologies, and if you want to build your own topology, even you have in the full right, you can build your topology. What you have to just do, you just have to click and like test lab, test Palo Alto lab. If I want to build something, so I can build from here, and I can just add the firewalls. Let me show you how can be done. So you just have to add the node here, and you'll find that this is my node. So one firewall is there, and if I want to add something else, like window PC I want to add, so I can add the window PC as well. So this is how I can add my window PC. Let me show you. Sorry, I have to change the icon. PC already have selected. So let me see, where is the icon? Yeah, this is the PC icon, which I'll basically like that. So this is my PC. So I can connect the firewall with this PC, or I just want to connect the network for any, so cloud. So I can use this one also. So I can connect this to this. So firewall can get the IP address from this DHCP automatically, because from this is cloud, and I can select this one also to this particular, and I can configure it. Not this, I can just, yeah, I can just configure this for anything I can configure. I just want to configure this particular PC, then can do. If I want to do the management, I can do management as well. So this is how we can create the different lab. So I can take direct access from this firewall to this particular firewall from this PC. I can create the IP address from the DHCP as well. So anything I can do, there is no problem at all. But this is how lab can be created. You just have to start the lab, and it is going to be work for you. So see, I have started the lab. So it is going to start this way. So my firewall is going to be start. So you can build your lab. You can complete, like, see, my PC is just booting up. So I can start my PC as well, and I can start getting this. So Kamal, no license required, because most of the 90, I can say 96, 97% things will do without license. Something we required for license. So probably we just have to check. I have one firewall which I'm in the license. I can try to show you, but if not possible some case, so probably I'll tell you how we can check in the production environment. But everything we can do without license, no need to worry, except few things. Okay. So I'll tell for that how it is going to be happen. So basically you can see PC is getting a starting. Okay, so once PC will start, this is like show you here about the PC, and similarly you can see the firewall is also booting up. You can see firewall is also booting up. So we just have to wait for some time because it's taking a little bit time to just booting when we log into the first time firewall and all. See, my PC is getting started. So why I'm showing you, we no need to worry at all. You just have to get access URL. So once you enroll, you will just get the URL of this particular. You just have to internet. You just have to enter this URL, and once you enter this URL, it is going to ask the username password. Like here, if I'm going to here, if I'm entering this URL, see. So it is going to ask me username and password. That's all. So here you just have to username and password you have to give, then you can able to access this lab. So username password lab support team will provide to you. Okay. And then after you can start using this lab. So you can see my PC is now ready. So you just have to put the password that 123. So I'm able to log into my PC. This is a virtual PC. Basically, it is keep helping you in terms of the, doing the lab. So we require the PCs. So I can just adjust the resolutions. So it looks better for me. So now you can see now my PC has been logged in. You can see, and similarly my firewall will be ready. So you can see now my firewall is ready. So if I try to put username and password, it is not going to take, because whenever you just log into the firewall first time, you just have to wait for 5-10 minutes. If you're not going to wait, probably it is not going to work for you. So whenever you're just having the firewall, just have to wait it. So now you can see it will take some time and then we'll be able to log in. So meanwhile, let me just show you next thing and we can continue from here. So you can see the initial configuration. So in next class, basically we'll have the day one class where we'll discuss the initial configuration. So I'll create a very basic lab where I'll try to show how basically the firewall is going to configure from the very scratch. Okay. It is going to be like a start from very zero, and we'll try to see what is the management port, what is the other ports on the Palo Alto Firewall, how basically Palo Alto Firewall looks like in the diagram, what are the different ports we having in the Palo Alto Firewall, why you use the management port, why you use the console port, what are the other ports, why you need to connect this network, what does that mean, why the PC need to be connected, what are different topology we have available. So we'll discuss each and everything in the firewall. And once we understand basic initial configuration, then we'll go for the next step. So where also we understand what is the licensing, what is the software upgradation process, what is the account administration, like read only, write only, read, write only, super user, net user. So everything we'll understand. What is the configuration management, how the configuration can be managed. So that is also going to be understand. Once we're done with this all, we'll discuss about the interface configuration. In this interface configuration, we'll talk about more about the, what is security zones, what is a layer 2, layer 3 virtual wire and tap mode deployment, what is a sub interface, what is a DSCP, what is a virtual router. So these all things is going to be covered even the like interface level configuration. And then finally, we having a security and NAT policies where we'll discuss about what is the security policy configuration, what is the policy administration, what that means. And we'll discuss about the different NAT types. Even the 4 type of NAT we'll discuss. We'll discuss source NAT, we'll discuss destination NAT, we'll discuss U-turn NAT, we'll discuss the dual NAT. So you can think it's like almost every flavor, every design of the NAT, which can be possible in the Palo Alto, we are going to cover it, right? It's not very simple source and destination NAT. No, we are going to cover a dual NAT, U-turn NAT, everything we are going to cover. And with the proper lab testing, it's not like just understanding. I'm not my word. Whatever things I'm saying here, none of the things is theoretical. Everything is going to be practical as well, along with the theoreticals. So this is how basically we believe in the our trainings. Next thing, we just have to cover that application ID. We'll understand what is the application ID, why, what is the applications, what are the different Palo Alto application we have. So basically what we have to do, if you go on the Google, let me show you. So we're having one of the tool Applipedia.com. Applipedia. If you check, this is the well-known application by the Palo Alto Firewall. You can see here, this is the well-known application, and already these are 3.6. This application is recognized by the Palo Alto Firewall. 3.6.7 for application is recognized by the Palo Alto Firewall. So if this is the application recognized by the Palo Alto Firewall, so that means this much application already available in the Palo Alto Firewall. And by the help of this application engine database, the firewall is going to do the application identification. We'll understand how it can be done, how it can be designed, how it can be recognized by the Palo Alto Firewall. We'll understand what is the application group, application filtering. We'll understand how the content is going to be play a very vital role in the any packet. So even the contents, whenever we talk about the firewalls, every firewall is having some information. Let's say suppose we are talking about the firewalls. So let's suppose this is your one packet, right? So in this packet, what we having? So we having different, let me just. So might be this is your packet, okay? So this could be this source MAC, destination MAC, source MAC, DMAC, source IP, right? Destination IP, right? This could be, might be some other field also. We having a lot of field here. Like we can define the application, we can define the some kind of the URL filtering, some user ID, some system ID. So whatever, but end of that is we having a data that is known as the payload. So if you're talking about the payload, so that is having the actual, might be you're attaching any file, might be you are sending any emails, they having the virus, they having some kind of the spying, they having some kind of malware, they having some kind of the worm, they having some kind of vulnerability. So how those is going to identify? So basically this is going to identify by the content ID, content engine of the firewall, and this is going to help you to identify. So Kamal, the threat prevention, this is the same thing what we are discussing here. In this all category come under the threat prevention. We'll discuss in very detail. So this all basically help you to prevent the threats. So whatever the threats, whatever the virus, spying activity, vulnerability, URL filtering, data filtering, DOS protection, wildfire, file blocking, they all come in the threats. We having the malicious signature already available in the Palo Alto Firewall. They understand who is the right signature, who is the malicious signature based on the Palo Alto database, and they can easily understand the stubs. Okay, so let me show you. Let me see if this is login now or not. So if I'm trying to log in, same, it is asking to old password because we just have to change the fire password. So I just change the password. So see, I'm logging to the firewall. So this is my first step where I can log into the firewalls. If I'm trying to show system info, this command, so it is saying there's no IP address, nothing is there, and this firewall is completely blank. So nothing is working for me. So now this firewall is ready to use, but I'm not going to configure today. So we'll discuss probably in next class. But for time being, Kamal is asking what is the threat prevention. So Kamal, for you, like threat prevention is basically whatever the content we are sending, that content might be having some malicious information, malicious content, some vulnerabilities, some kind of the unwanted data. You might be leaking the data. So those all can be done via this threat prevention that is under the content ID. Okay. And the next thing is SSL decryption that I'm going to cover with the proper lab, how the decryption is going to happen, where the decryption is legal, where the illegal, how it is can be done, what is the meaning of the decryption, what is the benefit of decryption. If I'm not doing the SSL decryption, what is going to us, what is going to happen. So this is going to happen in the SSL decryption as well, right? Next is all about the user ID, how the user ID you can see. Let me just show you. Even in my lab, we just integrated all the servers. Let me show you. So you can see this is my lab. Here you can see user ID, content ID inspection. So we integrated the actual AD server and FTP server for just testing. You can see here, this is my AD server. I integrated the even the Kali Linux machine to just generate the threads. This is the hacking machine, Kali Linux machine, and this is my FTP server. So you can see everything integrated in my lab. So by the help of the AD server, I can integrate with the firewall, and we can see how this AD integration is going to happen based on this particular firewall, how the AD is going to identify by the firewalls, right? So this is also possible. Everything will be tested in the firewall. Additionally, we understand about the site-to-site VPN, site tunnel, IPsec tunnel, global protection understanding will do, right? So this is very important topic. I'll cover in very deep manner, even the theoretical and the practical, with the help of the CCNP book. So no need to worry. I'll explain what is a 3-packet exchange, what is a 6-packet exchange, what is the main mode, what is the aggressive mode, what is the IQ phase 1, IQ phase 2, what is ICKMPA, how they are going to build a security system in the phase 1, what is the meaning of that, how they are going to build a security system in phase 2, what is the meaning of that. So that everything is going to cover. No need to worry at all, right? Additionally, we'll discuss about the management and reporting, where we understand what is the how basically can dashboard, logging, basic reporting, panorama understanding, everything will cover from here as well. So no need to worry. And finally, we'll discuss about the active passive scenario with the help of 2 modules, active and active passive, both will understand here. Okay. So these are a total 12 modules where we are going to touch each and everything as per the syllabus of the Palo Alto, and you guys can understand, and I'm sure you will be easily crack up any of the exam if you're really planning for the examination. So guys, any question till now, if anyone have, please feel free to ask me. If any question about the module, about the course content, about the anything, if anyone have, please ask. So I try to help you out. Additionally, let's say I'm just officially referring the PAN OS administration guide, no other document I referring throughout the session. So everything, whatever I'm going to cover, that is based on the PAN OS administration guide. So I'll keep referring this book for every topic, whatever I'm going to cover: user ID, app ID, monitoring, decryption, URL filtering. So I'll use this book. If you want, I have another book also where we can just use for the, certification guide. So Palo Alto Network PSN study guide. So that book you can use, you can check how can I book the exams. So let me show you a little bit so you can easily understand. So in this book, you will find see what is the exam, how detail, how type the questions are going to happen, multiple choice, scenario, graphical, matching, language, English and Japanese. You can see here a skill requirement, recommendation, recommended training. You can see, and some sample questions also. It also say what type of the question will come, which section, and what will the percentage, what is the weight is going to be happen. So this is also going to be happen here. So this is also going to be covered. So DMVPN is not integrated with the Palo Alto till now, right? So GRE tunnel can we do, but DMVPN, especially you are asking, that is configure on the router, right? So this is not I have seen in the Palo Alto till now, but if you're having latest some kind of release, so I cannot say, but last as per my latest information, DMVPN cannot. Only the GRE can configure PAN OS 10 or 9, right? But DMVPN cannot all, right? Marine Moy, sorry for your name. Let's so here you can see they're talking about the wildfire. See, these are sample questions examples, how that question is going to come in the exams. And finally, if you want to book the exam, you can see here. So we having a different module for the exams also. Let me just go through that part also, so you guys can understand at least. So if you're planning for the Palo Alto education services for the learning your way, so you can see they having some kind of digital learning, instructor-led trainings also. You can go officially, but it's very costly. Okay, same thing you are going to get, but might be it's brands. So you know that brand always having the higher cost. So they're having a different module. They're having a cloud security. We are not talking right now. So I'll cover. They're having a cyber security fundamental. We are not talking right now. They having a network security, which we are talking right now. Okay, so we are talking about the pure network security. So you understand. And the last, they having the SASE, secure access service edge. This is the fourth module they have, and they're finally having a security operation. So this is the all modules. You can see a lot of things they have in even the Palo Alto scope. So Right now we are just talking about that network security. In this network security, we having a different certification. The first one is the Palo Alto Certified Network Security Administrator, that is a PCNSA. So you can see the PCNSA certification cover how operate and manage the Palo Alto Firewall next generation firewall. It's a very basic things, like you understand how basically configure little bit, how to operate, how to check the logs and everything. So you want to do this certification, I will not recommend to do this certification because it's a very easy or very basic. I would recommend just go not waste money, like you have to pay around $155 for this one. So just go for this certification, the Palo Alto Network Certified Network Security Advanced. In this, basically, you understand how to deploy, how to operate, how to manage, and troubleshoot Palo Alto next generation firewall. So everything you will cover in here. Okay. So I would suggest just go for this certification, not any other certification for the network security. And if you want to enhance your career in the cyber security, so you can just go for the basic like cyber security entry level technician, cloud security, like you can go SOC, fundamental network security, you can go that also. And you are just looking for the cloud security, you can see we having the Prisma certified cloud security engineers, PCCSE. So this certification cover how to onboard, deploy, administrator all the aspect of the Prisma cloud. So they are more about the clouds. So they having a lot of flavors. Let me just paste this link to you all. So if you want to just explore, you can explore in your free time. So it's free of cost, available every information on the internet from the Palo Alto. So you can always explore if you're having time. Additionally, what we have, we having a security operations, you can see here. SASE they are talking about. So they're having a SASE, design and operation, how the Prisma access, secure access service is help organization embark cloud mobility and providing the network and network security service from the cloud. So this also going to be covered, right? SD-WAN design and operation, they also going to be covered, right? And they're also going to kind of Prisma Access SASE security, how it can be the control all protection from the threat, malware, vulnerability, everything they are going to be covered, right? And the operation as well. So I hope I have covered most of the things, and we will officially start our session by the next week, by this coming Tuesday. So is anyone having any question till now? Anyone want to ask anything? Not only the Palo Alto Firewall, not only the security. If you having any doubt regarding any other technology, any other courses, please feel free to ask me. We'll try to help you out. No question? All right, guys, if you all have no questions, what we can do, we can wrap up this session from here and we'll connect on the live session on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. IST. Okay, hope it makes sense to you all, and have a great evening to you all, and see you again in the next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. IST. Okay, bye-bye, take care.